This is a review of Zack Snyder's Justice League Deluxe Steel Box Set from Mezco Toys. This thing came in probably about a month ago, and I only spent a few minutes with it because I was kind of busy, and I wasn't overly impressed. A little disappointed in my first thoughts on this set. But I wanted to take some time with it, look at it again with fresh eyes, and do this review to see if I feel any different. Right away, the box is a tin, which is really nice. It's about 14 inches long, like 10 and a half inches tall, and like 4 inches deep. So a little bit bigger size tin. It includes 3 figures from Zack Snyder's Justice League. It includes Superman, the black suit, and then a Batman figure, and then the Flash. So 3 out of the 6 members, I believe. But on the side, it's hard to tell here, but it has a Justice League symbol. And on the back, 3 pictures, not of the figures, but actually of the actors. It's not the figures. So, it's ages 18 and up. It's not a toy, it's a collectible. So there's your disclaimer. And then, of course, Mezco Toys down here. And then there's a UPC for it. Zack Snyder's Justice League. So let's get this thing open. Okay, so once you open it up, you're greeted with a cover piece and then this 1/12 collective instructions where it tells you it's for 18 ages or older. These are not toys or collectibles. And then it gives you some instructions here. Flash comes with some pieces to put on him. Might turn this light on here. There we go. He has some pieces, lightning pieces that go on him. And then it shows you with Batman's grapnel gun or grapple gun, they call it. Some of those pieces actually uncoil, so you have like he's shooting it. And then different variations of the grapple hook closed, open, and then being shot. And then it comes with the mother box. One mother box. In the show, I think there was 3. In 3 different locations, Atlantis, Themyscira, and I forget where the third one was at. But it comes with 4 batteries. It lights up. It's actually pretty cool. It's a pretty neat set. And so that's pretty much it. So let's open this thing up here and look at the first layer. So the first layer, you're greeted with your figures. If I get some of this paper off. And here you go. You got Superman. He comes with 3 head sculpts. One of them has the laser eyes, which we'll look at in a minute. And then Batman comes with 3 head sculpts. One just the Bruce Wayne head sculpt, which is on him now. And then 2 ones with a cowl. And then here's Flash. He comes with 2 head sculpts. Not a lot of variation. No head sculpt of Ezra Miller without the mask on. Just 2 with the mask. And then in this top tray you have, hands for the Flash, hands for Batman, some that have molded batarangs, which is kind of cool. And then there's his grappling gun and the hand that holds it, and then some hands for Superman, flight hands and grasping hands. And then if we go to tray 2, there's 2 trays of this thing. Tray 2, has your 3 bases. They say Zack Snyder's Justice League, JL, and then some lightning effects for the Flash. Notably, they're blue. In the comic, typically they're yellow, but Snyder went a little different in that route. And then there's the mother box with the batteries. And then Batman has 3 batarangs, 3 grenades, and then there's the grappling hook, whatever, closed, open, and then one being shot out. Typically, Mezco has these ones wired, rolled up and taped. This time they have it just out. I don't know if it's wire. We'll take a look at that and see. And then you have 3 flight stands for them, and then the 3 bags to hold the accessories in case you don't want to keep the packaging. I never use the bags. It's a cool thing Mezco gives, but I always, keep everything back in here if I'm not displaying it. So what we'll do is we'll take each figure at a time and we'll look at them individually. So here's Superman. Everything he comes with those 2 additional head sculpts and then 4 hands. Doesn't seem like very much, but it also technically comes with the mother box. In the promo pics, they show him with the mother box. But if we just look at him a little closer here, to see the likeness on Henry Cavill, it's not bad. It's pretty good. All the figures, all the flesh tones are a little orangey, a little more orange than they probably should be, if I'm being honest. I just reviewed the Fantastic Four set the other day, and those flesh tones are like perfect. I look at this now, and it almost looks like they have like kind of like that fake tan a little bit. The camera might not be picking up the orange too much, but in person you see it. But regardless, the eyes are painted really good. They actually have some gloss on them, like Hot Toys, so they can pick up in the camera or for pictures. But I think the likeness is pretty good for Henry. You know, the silver emblem, which I think is great. I love the black suit on Superman. I mean, I prefer traditional, but to see him like this is pretty cool. We'll swap the head sculpts real quick here. I'll show you all three of them. This one's kind of like a little bit of a meaner, sorry about that, a little bit of a meaner look. Almost looks like he has buck teeth a little bit, the way they've done it. Probably my least favorite of the three head sculpts. I don't see myself using this one at all. But, you know, the whole Snyder thing, it's very polarizing. People either love the Snyderverse stuff or hate it, I think. Some people are in the middle, like me. You know, I don't really care for some of the direction he took. But, you know, one thing with Superman, to me, he just wasn't happy enough. But that was kind of the world Zack Snyder created. Regardless, though. So here's the one with the, let me zoom in here, because this actually looks really good. The laser eyes. And the mouth, it's got that serious look. This looks really good. That's a really good head sculpt. In the past, Mezco with laser eyes, like with Darkseid and even Cyclops, they've had batteries in the head or in the neck area to light them up. And they usually work pretty good. This one doesn't have any batteries at all. And this is not removable. Like Cyclops you could pull out. This is not removable. It's in there. So this head sculpt, you have to use this. But it is a cool look. So, you know, you get him, let me just try and do a little bit of a pose here. Like he's kind of like up. Let's see here. Like he's back firing this. If I can bend his forward a little bit, you know, something like this. Like he's hovering, flying. That's a pretty cool look. Pretty cool look for Cavill. I'm gonna take it off though, because that head sculpt, you can, if you're not careful, you can damage it. Not a whole lot to say about Superman, honestly. It's, you know, the articulation's all the same you're used to with Mezco. I mean, there's no neck articulation, but the head looks up really good. So if you want to get him flying, you can do some really good poses for flying. Let's see here. Get the arm up more. Turn it in. You can get the cape. The cape is bendable. It has a wire on the sides. So if I can, boy, this cape's not wanting to cooperate here. But you can make it, you know, like it's floating real good. So something like that. I mean, that looks really good. Very cool. Put that like that. You know, pretty cool. The material is like the other material you've seen with some Batman figures. It's, can't explain it. It's a little tacky, but it's nice. It's very pliable. Not going to rip on you. And then he has upper torso articulation. You know, he can turn real good. And then his waist has got a ball joint. The legs can kick up, you know, 90, no problem. Double jointed knees. The one thing, and this, let me know what you guys think. I feel like his feet are huge. I feel like his feet aren't proportioned right. And I know Henry Cavill's a big dude. So maybe it is proportioned right, but I feel like the feet are just so big for the body. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but regardless, not a lot of rocker on these feet. They go up just a little bit and they go down some. Not a lot of movement, which I'm not sure why Mezco. Well, there's some rocker. There's some rocker. But yeah, I mean, pretty good articulation for a 1/12 scale figure. And again, the cape is wired, so you can get, you know, a bunch of flowing. If you want to get it up and flowing, if I can do this right, it doesn't want to stay. But yeah, something like this where he's looking up. It's pretty cool, huh? Kind of a stoic look for Superman. I don't have any of the other Justice League figures from Mezco. I know they released, I think, a Superman, a couple Batmans. The BVS stuff, I wasn't collecting at the time. I had stopped collecting for many years. So I don't have the BVS ones, which I'd like to have, that armored Batman. Even the tactical suit, I could have bought that many times. I just didn't. So I don't have any other Batman or Superman figures. I know they made a Wonder Woman and they made an Aquaman, which weren't the best. And they never made Cyborg. So I'm wondering with this 3-pack if they're going to make another 3-pack with Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman. I doubt it now that the Snyderverse is dead. I don't think they probably will, which is kind of a shame. But anyway, here's Superman. We'll move on to Batman next. Okay, so here's Batman, Ben Affleck, and all the accessories he comes with. Batman by far comes with the most accessories. Let me zoom in a little bit here. You can see some of this stuff. So I got the grapnel gun with the hand that shoots it, and I have that. It is wired. It comes, you know, kind of bent in the packaging, so it's hard to get that straight. But it does maybe support holding it up if you were shooting it. And then here's one of the hands with the batarang attached. I don't think these batarangs come out. I think they're secured. Well, you know what? Let me try and see here. Yeah, they're in place. They don't come out, so they are secured. But you know, there's the knuckles. Get this thing to focus. There's the knuckles. And then there's 2 hands, so each hand can hold the batarang, which is kind of cool. They had that built in. And then you get one of these grenades. There's 3 of them, and there's 3 additional batarangs that are silver. And then the parademon rifle, which he uses in the movie. And then here's the other, the grapnel, the closed grapnel, a couple other those, and then here's the rest of the hands. And then the 2 cowled head sculpts. Let's take a look at the figure. If you look at the promo pics of this figure, they changed it up big time. The suit was a fabric suit. This is like faux leather, like some of the other Batman suits have been in their previous releases. And I honestly like the other look of the other one better. But I haven't watched the film in a while, so maybe this is accurate. Maybe he had all these lines in the suit. I love the bat symbol. It's like Dark Knight Returns, that thick bat symbol. Looks really good, and it's got pattern on it. You can see that pattern. It's actually got some scuff marks, like it's been damaged. Maybe some knives have attacked it or something. Pretty cool. And you can see all the pattern, or the stuff, the detail in the suit. The belt looks good. Pretty good detail. The cape is wired. It's that leathery cape that Mezco does. Some of their past releases, the head was magnetic and you pull it off and you can change the heads out. This is not. This cowl is attached permanently to this figure. You only get one cape with this Batman. And then there's the Ben Affleck head sculpt, which likeness is, it's not bad. But it's not, it's definitely not perfect, which is okay. I mean, I don't know. But the suit looks really good. I would have preferred the fabric. If you look at the pictures on the website, completely different. Darker fabric and not this leathery type stuff. And there's the boots. So as far as articulation with this guy, it's pretty similar to the other Batman you might have had with Mezco. You know, the head, not as good a range because of the cowl comes up so high in the back, but he can look up about that high, look down about that high, and then let's see here. Yeah, pretty. I mean, not bad. And then the arms go up. There's bicep swivel, which doesn't have a lot because of the suit. Double hinged elbows, ball hinge wrists. Again, the same as Superman. He has an upper body torso that can move independently from the ball joint in the waist, which is kind of limited because of the belt. Legs can kick up, 90. Double jointed knees. And then the boots, you don't really get much up, about like right there, and then down about right there. And no rocker. I don't know why they got rid of the rocker. It does swivel left to right, but and it is swivel up the boot here, at the top of the boot. But yeah, not a lot of rockers. You can't get a lot of dynamic poses because the feet won't rock unless you use the stand. Let's change the head sculpt out. Put a cowl on. All right, I think that's on. Let's see here. So if we zoom in here and look at this head sculpt, not too bad. Face looks a little light. Almost looks like George Clooney right there. Holy cow. Maybe it's just me, but boy, that's crazy. Eyes look good in the cowl. Painted well. Boy, it's funny that to me the mouth looks like Clooney, and the eyes look like Bale in this. Weird. That looks more like Ben, right? Maybe like right there looks like Ben. That looks like Clooney again to me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But anyway, not a bad head sculpt. Again, the face is rather orange again. I don't know why they did that. And then here's the third head sculpt. This one's kind of weird. Again, like an angry one with the open mouth. But it just looks like, to me, like buck teeth again. That looks like Ben right there, I think. A little bit. Yeah, so I don't know which one's my favorite. I guess probably this one right here. But it's not perfect. Let me put a couple poses in and show what it looks like with some accessories. All right, so here I've got him with the grapnel gun. Like he's looking up to shoot the grapnel gun, maybe flying in the air. Got the wired cape sticking out. Kind of a, not too bad of a shot, like right there. So there's one. Okay, here's one with him with the batarang that's sculpted into the hand. Pretty cool look here too. It's weird how they have the hand though. It's almost like he's gonna flip it instead of throw it overhand. It's almost like he's gonna like a wrist throw or something. And I can't seem to get the hand to change to make it look any different. But still, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool look there. Again, I love the wired cape, and I love the leathery cape they give us, except for the 89 Batman. It just didn't work, unfortunately. It didn't drape good. Such a shame. But for this Batman, it looks great. Really good. So, yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to try the Parademon rifle. That seems to be difficult for him to hold. Now, I might not have the right hands. I mess with some of the hands, but nothing really grips the gun handle very good. The hand you use for the grapnel gun doesn't seem to work on the Parademon rifle. So I think it's this hand or bust on both sides, and then this one's kind of like the grasping hand here, which you really got to kind of hold it. But I mean, I guess from far away it looks pretty good. I don't think he'll be able to line up and like take a shot like he's looking down the sights though. There's not enough articulation because of the suit. It kind of keeps that from happening. But just a stoic look like this. Again, I think it's weird he used that gun, but I guess he had to even the odds somehow because he's just a human, even though he's Batman fighting these aliens, right? These creatures. But still a pretty cool look. Some good poses. Again, I love the big bat symbol. a cool look for an older Batman, like Batman Returns. And again, the suit, I'm starting to like it more, although it's completely different than promo pic. So I don't know if I prefer this more or the fabric. Let me know what you guys think if you have this set, or if this is screen accurate. I can't remember. The movie's so dark. It's hard to tell what his suit looked like, honestly. So there's Batman. Let's move on to Flash. So here's Flash. What he comes with. He has 5 additional hands plus his fists, 2 head sculpts, and then 5 lightning effects. And this is probably my most disappointing figure out of the bunch. And it's because of his articulation. You got a character who runs fast, and in that movie he makes these crazy poses when he runs, and you really can't do much of that, mainly because this torso is completely one piece. There's no mobility in the torso whatsoever, and that's a killer, man. There's no ab crunch, nothing. And his head can't look up really because of this piece back here, this neck piece. So that's as far up as his head goes. And then down there, a little bit of rock, not a whole lot. Arms, this is on Velcro. Let me try and zoom in here. It's hard to tell, but there's a piece of Velcro, piece of Velcro right there that holds the pad on, which is kind of a nice touch. But you go out almost 90, and then there's a bicep swivel, but because this suit here is actually fabric underneath, it kind of hinders bicep swivel. You can actually see exposed joints here, which is kind of not very often Mezco does that. Double jointed elbow, ball hinge, hands, legs kick out almost 90. Because of this cod piece here, not really. Double jointed knees, really good there. And then with the feet, again, problems with the feet. You can go up a little bit, down a bit, not really. And then it goes side left to right. But there's no rocker, just a little bit of rocker. That's a problem for Flash. And no toes articulation. I don't really care for that, but with Flash, I think it's needed. So his articulation is disappointing. So there's not a lot of poses he can do. Let's look at the head sculpt though. Ezra Miller, it's kind of hard behind a mask to tell. I mean, does it look like him from the nose down? I guess it does. It's a pretty good likeness, I guess, for having a masked figure. But like I said, there's no unmasked figure for Flash. It's just 2 head sculpts. And again, this orange hints on this of paint on the flesh. Too much orange. I think a little's okay, but this has just got too much. Let's pop on the other head sculpt, which is kind of a weird head sculpt. So there's that. It's almost like he's like surprised, which I guess he's kind of goofy in the movie. They made him just, I don't know. Ezra Miller had his own take on it, I guess. Say what you want about that. But yeah, kind of a weird take. So let me mess with this guy, get some of these effects pieces on, figure that out. There's directions for that. And then maybe he'll look a little cooler, even though he can't really pose much. So here's a pose I did with that goofy looking face. Almost like he's like, what's going on? Kind of like the top of when they were talking to Gordon and they all disappeared and left him there and he had no idea. Kind of that dumbfounded look. So yeah, kind of got the head cocked a little bit. Not a whole lot of use for this head sculpt besides the goofiness of Ezra Miller in that role. Let me try the lightning pieces now. All right, so this it is what it is. I'm not crazy about this at all, but you can really do the effects however you want to do them. They're kind of janky, honestly. This fifth one I put around his neck, it's kind of weird, but I didn't know where else to put it and just take it off. But the problem is you just can't get a good running pose with him because of his lack of articulation in his chest, the torso. Trying to get this to make it look like he's running, it's really difficult to make it look good. Ugh. Yeah, I would, even there's a pose they have of him kind of crouching, and with the effects on him, I can't even get him to do that pose because this leg goes out and there's a major rocker here, which you can't rock. They probably took the ball joint out of the foot to make it work in their promo pic. But yeah, you know, this set is another one that I just, Mezco, in my opinion, this year, apart from that Fantastic Four set that I reviewed the other day, has just not really been up to par, in my opinion, with Mezco. Yeah, so this set, it's funny. This set to me is very polarizing, like the Zack Miller movies. People either love them or hate them. Some in between, like me, I have a minor in between. I kind of like them, but they're not my favorite. And that's what this set feels like. I kind of like it, but it's not my favorite. This figure by far is the most disappointing. But let's just get three of them here real quick, side by side. Just see them together. I guess Superman should be in front, huh? Now, people usually like Superman in the front. Although Batman seems bigger than Superman in this. Boy, they don't want to stand. Yeah, so there's the three figures together. Batman's tipping over. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I gotta say, I'm not crazy about this set. I've only watched a couple other reviews, and the one review felt the same way as I did. Just, boy, you know, you can tell how orange Superman looks right there. There's just orange pigment in all these, too much, right? Kind of throws it off, all the figures, especially Superman. But again, you know, there's some cool things. You know, I'm liking the Batman a lot more. Probably my favorite figure is the Batman figure. Superman, my second favorite. I love the black suit. They did a great job with the suit. It looks really good. Let me show you the mother box. I almost forgot. That's the last item. All right, here's the mother box. 4 batteries, little batteries installed in it. And this is pretty cool. I got some of the lights off. Not all of them, but you get an idea. This thing, it's pretty cool. The way it's lit up. It's not lit up in the bottom. This is where you turn it on and off. The switch is right there. So it's cool you can reach the switch and it actually works from the outside, which is pretty neat. But yeah, it's really big. If I put Superman next to it, you can see how big the mother box is. It's massive, which it was in the movie too. It was really big. But if I pull this out, where'd it go now? Where's the side with the battery? I want to show you guys how this thing goes together. So here's the on-off switch. And then you typically, with all these figures, with Hot Toys and Mezco, there's a screw. You have to use a little screwdriver, you know, something like this, real little, to open it up. But this is just, you just do that and the 4 batteries go in there. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So pretty cool. I don't know how long it'll last. You know, those batteries are so small. You can see the light. You can't see it in the camera, but in person you can see the little bulbs they have on each side. Looks like there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, five bulbs inside of there. But pretty neat. If I turn the lights back on here, a couple of lights, you kind of lose some of that effect. But cool release for the mother box. I like it a lot. So in the end, you know, is this set worth it? I would say if you love Zack Snyder. Of course, this thing took like, what, almost 3 years to ship. Maybe 2 years. So you might not even be able to get it now. Maybe BBTS has it. A Big Bad Toy Store, maybe. I'm not sure. I think on the Mezco site, it's probably waitlisted right now or sold out. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to keep it, honestly. I think I will for Superman and Batman. I think I will, because I don't have an Affleck Batman or a Henry Cavill Superman either. So I probably will keep the set. It's just not, if I had to give it a 1 out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6. You know, maybe a 7. They do come with some, you know, accessories. Batman has a lot, which is nice. I love accessories and different head sculpts, but in my opinion, not one of Mezco's best releases. But let me know what you guys think. You know, do you like the Zack Snyder movies? do you like these figures? If you have it, let me know what you guys think, especially the Batman suit, how they changed it from the promo pics. And then what you think about Flash and his articulation or lack thereof. Anyway, this has been a review of Zack Snyder's Justice League Deluxe box set with the tin from Mezco Toys.